Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here and welcome back to another glorious Rome 2 Siege battle. Today we are at Carthage and this is a 4v4. By looking at the time of this video, you could tell it's going to be a long one, so sit back, relax, get some snacks and drinks. I was playing this live on my live stream. I'm one of the defenders. I'm playing as Athens. This battle comes down to the wire. You don't know who's going to win until the last couple minutes. So it's a hell of a brawl. It's a great fight, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this one. Before we dive into this ambush right here, we got Pixelated ready to ambush Carthage, which is weird because Carthage is attacking Carthage, the city. But yeah, really quick, this video is sponsored by Displate. Do you have a bare, disgusting wall that needs some beauty? Well, thanks to Displate's posters, you can change that. Oh, did I mention that these are metal posters? Yeah, that's right. No more rips, wrinkles, or holes. These are well-made posters that are super easy to install. Simply clean the wall, add a protective leaf, stick the magnet on, and hang your Displate poster. No need for hammers and nails. Displate has a huge catalog of beautiful artwork ranging from gorgeous landscapes, historical images, city maps, video games, and so much more. But my personal favorite is the Kingdom Come Deliverance Collection. We all know that Kingdom Come is one of the most beautiful games ever created, and now you can have that beauty on your very own walls. If you look in the video description, there is a link that will take you to my personal collection of my favorite posters, and even better yet, there is a personal discount code just for my viewers. Simply use Pixelated15 at checkout. So fix that bare, disgusting wall and get yourself a beautiful Displate metal poster. Alright guys, welcome back. Right where we left off before that quick little sponsor there. We have the Pixelated riders going in after these mercenary Samnite warriors. Nice little jabby throw right before the cab charges in there. So we got a brutal fight here, and then we've got the infantry closing in close behind, the Nubian light infantry. So they had some vanguard capabilities. There they go. Oh, nice! They're aiming for the pikemen. Good target to go after. We got some African pikemen. Of course, very smart from the Carthage player to go into pike formation. Sometimes, you know, if you don't see an ambush coming and you just panic and you rush in. Oh, nice little rear charge with the cab. But unfortunately, they get just shredded from the rear of some Libyan infantry coming in to support them. So yeah, really good job with the pikemen. What I was gonna say is, like, sometimes when you're panicking and at quick glance you will just click on a unit to charge in and hold the front line, and then you realize, oh, those were my pikemen and they weren't in pike formation. So yeah, good move by Carthage, and nice little fallback. They're trying to use up as much ammo as possible on these pikemen. So this ambush isn't probably not as successful as the Nubians wanted it to be. But yeah, Carthage did a great job of stopping this ambush and responding to it very quickly. So that's just a nice little burst start there. Really quick start to these siege battles. I do appreciate the fast starts. So while this is going on, let's really quick look at the army factions. So like we saw earlier, we have Carthage, we have Galatia, a great attacking faction. We have Iceni, not the best of attacking factions because they don't have archers, but they do have some very fierce swordsmen and warriors that you've got to look out for. And then we have Swabi. So we got a lot of berserker factions in today's siege. Now on the defending side, like I said, I am Athens. We have Pixelated, who you saw their early ambush, and then finally we have a couple more. So not finally. Second to last, we have Lusitani. Very nice with those really awesome guerrilla troops. And then finally, we have the Seleucids, who are focusing most of their army at the capture point. Now, Carthage is a great settlement to play in. It's one of the more balanced settlements because usually 90% of the time, players will try to hold this outer area over here. Oh, let me draw it really quick. Outer area. Okay, can you draw? There we go. So you got to try to hold here and defend, because you don't want to give it up, because it gives you really good terrain, really good high ground back here, which you can use to fire down at the defenders who are trying to hold this strategic capture point. I do have a couple, I think, pikemen in the back here, just using them as a reserve unit. If it comes down to it, which it will, I'm going to use my pikemen as a final stand kind of unit. So over on the other side, you can see they're bringing down the walls. Iceni looks like they're almost ready to attack. They've got their tortoises in position. We still have 52 minutes left in this battle replay. So like I said, guys, make sure you get your snacks, your drinks, sit back, and enjoy. Now, there's a little bit of a sally out here. Nubian Riders. They want some more, man. Nubia. Misasely, I should say. Coming out and trying to do some heavy damage. And I like it. You know, sometimes players will do this tactic, right? Where you, essentially what you do is you ambush, right? You ambush at the start, but it's really just like a fake ambush. Because sometimes what happens is that players, they see an ambush and they go, okay, well that's been dealt with, right? That's all been, you know, it's over. There's no more ambushes. But if you have another one set up, sometimes you give the attackers a false sense of security, like they just dealt with the sally out, there's not going to be any more, and then you hit them with another one. Now this time he didn't go with that. He did a little parade there, I guess. He just ran. He's just saying hi to the attackers, going back into the city. But yeah, now we've got the tortoises moving up. We have a siege tower pushing up from Galatia, and they're just kind of hanging back. And I think they're hanging back because they're waiting for all their teammates to get into position so they can start attacking all at the same time. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to fix my mic there a little bit. Turned away from my my face, so I was a little bit quieter than before, but it looks like it's all good now. So looking at this defense, again, most of the time players kind of give up this open area because they can fall back and hold simple choke points. You got a choke point over here. If I could draw to save my life. Got a choke point here, got a choke point over here. It's just really strategic choke points. Now, it's never really too good to give up the walls, but sometimes in certain situations it's okay, because there's a lot of buildings you can hide behind here to protect you from archers if they get up on the walls. So that's why most of the time I'll tell you, hey, fight for the walls. But for Carthage, I think the best strategy is to kind of have a bend but don't break defense, as in let them take some ground. You're going to be okay because you can hold the choke points. You can use this high ground with your archers, which I've got my archers here. Of course, the mercenary archers, very, very good, very deadly, but also very expensive. So you want to make sure you get the most out of them. Oh, one of the tortoises go down for Swaby, but the other one is hard at work, ready to knock down the next wall. There you have it, guys. It goes down like paper mache, like it always does with these tortoises. You know, the tortoise is a little goofy at times. You know, it's a little goofy of machinery here. The fact that it's so quick, but you know, for balancing reasons, I kind of like it. I like the fact that the attackers can easily bring down some walls. Like once you use it, you can't use it again. So you can open up one section very easily. And here we go, guys. Here comes Iceni, the first one to charge into our defenses, and they're going to easily take this position because we're letting them have it. Misasely does have a unit of Desert Legionaries up here, though, who are throwing some Pila and trying to soften up this sword band as much as possible, making them pay for every inch of ground they take. Over here, we've got more Desert Legionaries taking on some Galatian swords. So the street battle has begun, and most of the time you're going to see intense fighting for the walls, but for Carthage it usually tends not to be that intense. And so far the defense is looking really good. Very good job from Misasely and from me. Here we go. Now I'm going in. Yeah, but really good job from Misasely. I had a brain fart there. I'm like, who's defending the other side? Oh yeah, it's me. But yeah, I'm trying to hold here with thorax swords. I actually get a little bit aggressive here. you notice that I'm pushing out. And the reason I'm pushing out is because I felt like Iceni was pushing in waves. And if I can quickly break these waves of troops before he sends in reinforcements, I'm gonna do a lot of damage. Always, if your opponent is sending in troops in waves, quickly kill them before they send up more. But you can see Iceni clearly sees what I'm trying to do. And that's when I'm like, you know what? He's sending in too many reinforcements. I was hoping I could quickly kill a couple units and then, reform. He sends in more, kill him quickly, reform. But no, he's sending in mass force here. This is when I call the retreat. I'm going to fall back to this choke point and get to the safety of these buildings. And it's a tight one, guys. It's a close one. He's right behind my infantry as I am trying to pull out of there. Nice little jabby throw from the chosen swordman, but I'm going to be able to reform here and get ready to hold. Actually, oh no, it's a little bit of a, this looks like it's an illusion here. This flag here is just one guy. Most of the unit made it. It made it look like my unit got stuck between these other units, but this unit has mostly made it over here. So let's see if this one guy is holding the banner. He's fighting. That's not a good sign. Yeah, he's dead. Oh no, there's the next one. I don't know why the game did that. Like, it gave the random, the random guys who just didn't make it with the rest of the group of the unit have the there we go. Okay, so see, that's the unit. Okay, so really intense fighting going on in this open street. I'm taking on their chosen swordsmen, very deadly warriors. Over on this side, you can see that Iceni is also pushing with Galatia. And they actually got behind my units here who were holding, but thankfully Masacely and I sent another unit of Thorax swordsmen to counterflank the swordman and deal with these Galatian legionaries. Over on the other side, it looks like the fighting has commenced over here, where we have Iberian swordsmen holding off some mercenary Scutitari, I think is how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But yeah, mercenary troops, of course, from Carthage. So nice little light defense here. Here comes another push from the mercenary Samnite warriors into the desert legionaries. So Masacely is all over the place currently in this battle, trying to hold this great city of Carthage. Which Masacely actually, correct me if I'm wrong, was actually at the siege of Carthage, helping Carthage, mostly as mercenary forces. If I'm not mistaken, I forgot the name of the Masacelian general. I think he led the defense, but he failed, so that's a bummer. But yeah, there's our epic stand, guys. We're still fighting for the streets. I don't want to give up these stairs. They give me the high ground. It's too important of a choke point to give up. And it's a very intense fight. I'm using some of my archers to try to soften up those chosen warriors. Also, or chosen swordsmen, I should say. We got some slingers from Masacely trying to soften up these troops as well. I don't like to use my archers too much early on in a game because I want them for end game, to have them for the final stand. But I will use them a little bit, and just to try to soften up enemy infantry so my infantry can, edge forward. Take a little edge lead there, I guess. Just kind of lighten their numbers. Also, I have a couple units kind of holding against Swaby. Got 2 units stacked up. My hoplite's close behind. I'm actually going to go ahead and retreat them. The reason I'm retreating them is because... Why am I retreating them? I think I'm trying to get them in phalanx formation. Oh, I see. Wait, what am I doing? I don't know. I'm trying to fall back. Oh, I know why. Okay, so sorry, I played this battle quite a while ago, so I might have to remind myself a little bit what the hell I'm doing. The reason I fell back here is because there's a stairway here. So what I can do is fall back, hold right here, and then move up a unit of swords, or tell my ally to do it, and he can go up this way and then run down the stairs and hit the flank of the swordsman that I'm currently holding here as an anvil. So, yeah, I thought that was a pretty cheeky move there because, I'm just the best at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just saw that and I thought it would be a smart thing to do. Unfortunately, these Iceni warriors, man, like I said, Iceni is, they may not be the greatest of attacking armies, but once they're in your city, they can do some damage. These warriors are pretty nasty, so I had to send in another unit of reserve, Thorax Swordsman, to try to hold them back. Still holding on this side as well. Over here, it's getting a little crazy. A little mosh pity. You got Massaicely, Carthage, Lusitani, Galatia, all just in this big blob fighting it out. And it looks like Carthage is really starting to take control over here, but Massaicely's doing a good job of holding these flanks. It's going to get a little nasty, though, now that the Carthaginians are pushing up some pikemen. We got some African pikemen moving up, ready to take on these desert legionaries. So they're trying to hold them back. Lusitani's got some reserve forces. They're still also holding on for the walls here over on this side. Very smart, because this is a gate, and you want to try to hold on to this gate as long as possible. He's got some desert legionaries trying to hold off against, what is this? Libyan infantry. And this is where fighting gets pretty personal. Up on the walls of Carthage. So since the attackers are not really focusing a lot of units over this way, you are starting to see more and more Seleucids come over this way and support the other side of the battle. You can see they've got some, just a couple reserves here. Not the best, some hillmen, but they're ready to push in whenever they're needed. Now, unfortunately, I guess I didn't get a unit up here to flank around, so that whole tactic of falling back a little bit behind the stairway didn't really work out for me. I mean, I guess I just didn't have any reserves. I had hoplites, but I didn't really want to send the hoplites on the walls. They don't really perform well on walls. But yeah, I just didn't have a unit. Maybe I was trying to get my ally to get up here on the walls and go around the flank, but yeah, now we have Swaby taking the walls, so it's going to be much more difficult to do that flanking maneuver. You can see the arrows coming down on Swaby. Really trying to soften them up. 40 minutes left in the battle replay, guys. Still a very intense fight. Like I said, this is just an absolute tough brawl. Carthage, unfortunately, is going to be the first one to break through a flank, and we're trying to make them pay. Trying to send in our generals, our cav units, to run down units that are quickly rushing through. Sometimes when an infantry unit rushes through a line, you can really punish them for carelessly running through with some good cav charges, you know, before they can set up a proper, like, counter brace, essentially. And here comes some veteran shield warriors from Lusitani, ready to hold back these guys. Really good flanking fire from mercenary Samnite warriors coming in to support this push that they have. And Lusitani's ready to reform. Maybe he's actually going to keep falling back. I do apologize about the framiness, guys. This is Total War, and there's a lot of armies on the battlefield right now, so it's kind of what happens. There, I was doing a little bit of a flanking charge, trying to hold these mercenary Samnite warriors in position. And now we've got some Thorax Swordsmen and some veteran shield warriors going in. And they're going to pick up where my general's leaving off, because he's getting the hell out of there. I obviously don't want to lose my general that early. And I also have some mercenary Thracian warriors ready to go. I saw that their archers were kind of out in the open, and you can see we're trying to cut off this unit. Very good play by Carthage to fall back. He realizes, nope, I can't lose a unit like that. I'm going to fall back. Unfortunately, we're not able to flank behind him. We still kinda, but he's gonna be able to support that and send up some more mercenary infantry to kind of help with that. And kind of, you know, that flank there doesn't really add up to much, but the good map awareness by Carthage. And unfortunately, Galatia has broken through over here as well. Our flanks are open, and they have now... Ooh, my archers. I think this archer unit is out of ammo. And I think I just used them as a sacrifice unit, and they just got slaughtered by the Galatian general. They're going to keep chasing down these Syrian heavy archers. Unfortunately, let's see. Do they still have ammo? I'm not really too sure. Oh, this looks cool. Looks very cool. Very cinematic game. So he's actually falling back to general. Still holding here against Swaby. Lusitani over here is still trying to fight for this position. And this is, again, the go-to strategy. Once you start to feel like you're losing ground here, it's okay to fall back, but you should probably keep fighting for this area. Again, you want to prevent the attackers from being able to access this terrain and fire their ammo down, you know, with arrows or whatever, if they're slingers and they're slinging rocks or whatever. But you want to definitely hold that as long as possible. It looks like my Athenians unfortunately break here. Over here we've got some Iceni troops with the siege or a ram to bring down the gates. Having a brain fart here. Having a lot of brain farts. But yeah, we're kind of falling back, and this is where the battle kind of slows down a little bit. It gets a bit more strategic, trying to win small victories. You know, trying to see what we're doing with Cav here. Masacely moving up, trying to find for, you know, look for vulnerable targets to try to beat up a little bit before they can properly form up and defend everything like archers or whatever. Because sometimes that happens, you know, when the enemy pushes through and they start running aggressively across the streets and in the open, they'll leave an opening for your Cav to run in and get some archers. So, that's kind of what we're going for, as they are doing some hit and run tactics on this Libyan infantry. And we have some desert legionaries still fighting for this wall. This is why you fight for the walls, because you can have units up here that can fight for a long time. Oh, this is not good. Galatia going for some archers over here who still have ammo. This is something that you cannot do in these battles. You cannot leave archers with ammo out in the open. And the Galatian Cav is running forward. They're going up the stairs. Let's see, where are they going for? They're going for this unit of swordsmen. Libyan swordsmen. And we're actually have an opportunity to cut them off. You see this? We have some hillmen that the Seleucids are using to slow down this general who's coming up as a reinforcement. And then this Cav unit's actually moving back in. This buys more time. I have some Thracian warriors moving forward as well, trying to flank. Oh, he's going for a charge against my Thracians. I don't have a choice. I have to turn around and countercharge. There goes my Thracians, and they will slaughter this Cav. They will slaughter them, and that's what you're seeing right here, guys. Just absolutely punishing this Cav right now. Now, of course, the hillmen do not stand for long, but that's okay. We're able to take out some Cav. Lusitani is actually pushing down some troops, ready to face the Iceni. So we got a little bit of a battle going on here. A little small units of, depleted units. To small units of depleted units. What the hell does that mean? Small depleted units going at it, essentially. I was really hoping to be able to kill the general of the Galatians. That would have been a huge victory there, but, you know, taking out one of their expensive Cav units is okay, too. With Thracian warriors, hey, perfect. We also have Iceni trying to charge in. I just beat that Cav, and I'm able to do a counter charge because Thracians do have a very good charge bonus that you should always try to use. And I should be able to crush these guys pretty quickly just because they're so depleted, and I was able to pull, get that charge bonus. And sure enough, they are breaking. So my Thracians are actually doing pretty well. They have 66 kills. A lot of those kills are quality kills as well. And I'm actually going to fall back. I'm falling back because Thracians are very weak to skirmishing, and I saw some Javies here. They don't have any ammo, but at first glance, they kind of scared me, so I was like, all right, I'm getting out of here. Also, you know, they've got archers in the back here. They can easily send forward and start shooting down my Thracians, which they're firing at something. Ah, they're going for the general. Yeah, it's not worth it, Pixelated. Pixelated kind of goes for the trap there, going after a Javi unit that doesn't have any ammo, only to have his general shot at, and unfortunately, he loses a ton of bodyguard there. That was a really good play by Carthage, kind of baiting his units and using it as a trap. That was awesome. Very good play by Carthage. He's done great so far in this battle. He responded well to the ambush at the beginning, and he's doing a great job of pushing through into the city. Maybe it's a home field advantage since it is Carthage. But yeah, they're still fighting for this wall. That's unbelievable. This Desert Legionary unit has 72 kills. It's awesome. We have Swaby still hanging back over here. They're kind of resting up their troops. We actually did a pretty considerable amount of damage against Swaby. Their army is pretty light. I mean, really looking at most of these armies, I would say Iceni and Swaby, they kind of look the weakest. Galatia and Carthage look pretty... Carthage especially looks really scary. They have a lot of units left. Looks like I fought off another unit. I just killed some Javimen really quick with my Thracian warriors, who are now 104 kills. They're doing fantastic. And this is where we get ready to hold. It's really up to the Seleucids to hold this bottom area. So it's up to him to hold here. I have fallen back as many units as possible. So I'm moving up some pikemen. I've got some hoplites, depleted hoplites. I've got a fresh unit of hoplites over here ready to hold this choke point. So yeah, Seleucids are guarding down here. We're guarding up here with our depleted armies, because the Seleucids have been a reserve force. You know, they were waiting and kind of sending a couple units here and there to help the main defense. But now it's really like up to him in this defense. Can he hold? Of course, we still have units, right? We're still going to be able to do as much as we can. Like Pixelated going in with his general, which is a crazy reckless move there, but I assume his general is dead, or he doesn't have a lot of units left, so losing his general is not that big of a deal. But that was a good charge on the side of these archers. Anything to weaken the archers, I would say, is always a good move. Back over here, we've got some infantry, mercenary Samnite warriors taking on these Lusitani nobles. So when I was playing this battle, I was feeling very confident at this point. I felt that they were taking a very long time, you know, which is always good. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit through this if we can. I know it really slows down here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Carthage is actually pushing up more units. So Carthage is going with a full push. A full push. Oh, no, they're going to fall back. You know why? Because archers are set up and ready to go. Let's see if he slings here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be perfect. He gets him right in the back, too. That's why you got to be careful. When you're running away from archers, sometimes it's better to just stand your ground a little bit and use your shields to block the projectiles. Because the way they turned around like that, they exposed their back to the skirmishers, and they just got peppered down. Just peppered down. More mercenary Christian archers pushing up as well, trying to get, or this is me, trying to get on this flank here so I can kind of shoot at the Carthaginian archers who are just hanging in the back. Because I cannot stress this enough, guys, that archers are so important in attacking. And if you can kill the enemy archers, or mostly kill them by the late game, you're going to do yourself wonders. Just wonders. Because they have nothing to shoot at you. You know, like how I'm holding back my pikemen? That's why I hold back my pikemen. It's because I don't want them to be able to get shot at. So if I save them for the late game, there's less chances of them getting shot at because, you know, oftentimes players will use up all their ammo or their archers will die trying to take the initial part of the settlement. So let's hope that we can make these Carthaginian archers exhaust their ammo, and really all the attackers exhaust their ammo. Here we go, another infantry push here by the Carthaginians against Lusitani. Gruesome fighting in the streets, guys. Gruesome fighting in the streets. And now we have Swaby pushing up as well, along with Galatia. Oh, not Swaby. I'm sorry. Iceni. Swaby's over here kind of waiting in reserve. Kind of hanging back. Hanging back. Yeah, they don't really... They're not a huge threat to me, honestly. Like, looking at their force, I mean, they still can do a lot of damage. But I'm not seeing a lot of skirmishers. It's just mostly infantry, and I feel like we can hold for a long time. By the way, what? Nice. We got some Lusitani cav that must have sallied out earlier, now kind of hiding in the bushes and hoping that the attackers kind of forget about them. There we go. We got a small little battle between Hillman and some sword band. I think the sword band are gonna win, but there's no way they're gonna get through my hoplites, who are sitting in reserve here, ready to defend this dirt road here. And whoa, we got some fireballs. What happened? Oh my god, the fireballs completely backfired. No pun intended. It literally went. See how they're going backwards? How? Oh, this is why I hate traps. I say this all the time, but most of the time they end up hurting you more than the enemy. I never try to get them. I never use them. But he had them right here. I think he tried to use them against these Galatian legionaries, or maybe the Galatian legionaries used it, because the enemy can activate those traps, but it didn't go down the stairs. It went the other way. It killed a ton of our units, so that's a real bummer. So Carthage is kind of resting up their troops here. I'm actually pretty impressed by our defenders, or my allies here, doing a good job of chipping away at Carthage, and it does seem like they are running out of troops, and now Galatia looks like the strongest in this this force. I mean, Galatia definitely still has their archers, which the thing that makes that stutter there, the thing that makes Galatia so strong is the fact that they have extremely good archers. And you see, they're already using them. Here comes some Galatian legionaries. Ready to charge uphill. Oh, that's cool. Boom. And Lusitani's ready to hold for dear life. Iceni's got some troops in reserve, not pushing on this road just yet. Here comes Swaby. Swaby's moving up. Now, sure, they don't have skirmishers, but what they do have is javies. Yep, there they are. There they are. You got to get them to use up all those javies before they get to your pikemen. And the Seleucids are ready to hold. That is the first push from Swaby. Hey, once again, they're sending in their forces in waves. I'll take it. I will take it. They still have some units over here, though. Check this out. They got some round shield swordsmen. A little bit depleted. A little bit depleted on these guys. At least one of the units. I'm not sure what he's doing with these guys. He's probably going to hold them back and push through the gate when it's open. Maybe he'll think we'll fall back and they can push in through the gate. I'm not really sure, but I kind of like it. Kind of like the reserve force there. Makes it interesting. See what he's going to do. All right, here comes another wave of troops. What do we got? Berserkers. Oh, this is going to be tough. Got to kill these guys with projectiles. You got to use javies on them. And unfortunately, a lot of the javies were used on the units before them. These berserkers are going to slice through these thorax swordsmen. They are absolutely... There we go. Never mind. I really like this defensive stance here by the Seleucids. This L stance gives this unit here, it makes them open to flanking attack, and that's what's happening. You have these thorough spears, which, by the way, guys, thorough spears are so deadly because they have a lot of ammo, and they're just gonna sit back. They're almost like a Javi unit, like a Javi first unit, as in like they're purely just for Javies. No, they are a spear Javi unit essentially. And here comes more of Swaby, and here comes some archer fire. Oh, Swaby does have some archers. Ooh, but they're getting hit back. They're kind of blobbed up here. This is actually pretty good for us. And we've got, I assume, yep, the heavy Syrian archers opening fire. Sometimes I wish archers weren't as accurate in this game or any Total War. Like, seriously, put yourself in this unit, right? You're one of these Syrian archers. Now you gotta hit the longbow hunters, the Swaby archers from here. I mean, the amount of skill you would need, first off, you can't see them. So it's all really just an estimate of the distance, where they are. You gotta fire through all this vegetation, fire over these buildings, and have it land right here. It's a pretty tough challenge. Anyways, Swaby is taking some losses here, and their units are starting to break, and that's looking really good. Looking really good. Unfortunately, though, the Berserkers mixed in with the Sword Masters is just, it's starting to be too much. Too much for the Seleucids, and he's starting to lose ground there. He needs to send up more units. That's what he's going to do. He's going to send in the thorough spears, try to hold. But he's got to send more. He's got to send more, and that's why I'm sending up some of my my pikemen. It's time. It's time to move up the pikes and hold. No more retreating. No more falling back. The units over here are hanging back. Galatia mixed in with Iceni. And, you know, we're holding back Carthage with few troops. I mean, we've got mostly archers over here. I got my Thracian warriors. My general's up here. But we are starting to waver because we are running out of infantry. Masacely, he's using his desert legionaries to hold against Carthage, but the problem here is we're kind of stretched thin, right? We're trying to hold here, but we don't really have a lot of good infantry up here. Now, finally, I think finally, yeah, we've got some Iberian swordsmen from Lusitani moving up and coming to reinforce this side. We have Lusitani, who's mostly holding this flank, by the way, trying to hold this upper area. All I'm doing is just trying to support him with my general, my Thracian warriors, and kind of letting him do the work. My archers are out of ammo, so I'm going to throw them into melee. It's one of those battles, guys, that you've got to get the best performance out of all your units. You know what I mean? Like, your archers are going to have to get, you know, you got to make sure you use up all your ammo, then use your archer unit as a good melee unit. That's what it's coming down to. Here comes another unit of infantry. Not willing to give up this upper area. You can't. You just can't give it up. And because, oh, hold on. Are these my hoplites? All right, I sent in my hoplites. Yeah, but because the Seleucids pushed up more troops, they're able to maintain this front and hold on to it. And again, I'm feeling really good about this battle. The balance of power is not really looking great, but looking at what the attackers have left, I'm like, what's so scary? We can hold these guys, you know? I'm not afraid of this army. All we have to do is hold the choke points. They can't push through, can they? That's kind of the mindset I'm going through right now. And look at Carthage has given up. They're giving up on this area, and that actually makes it easier for us because that's one less area we have to defend because their infantry's leaving. Now, of course, you want to keep defending these areas because they could easily send up a fast-moving unit like Cav or light infantry up here. But it definitely... Oh, wait. No, they're coming back. They're coming back. They're like, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, some Lusitani soldier was like, hey, Carthage. They're like, yeah, we left your oven on. They're like, oh, crap, we did. And they were going back, and then once they got right here, they're like, wait a second. Wait a second. We don't have an oven. So they're coming right back. Like, hold on there. But here's a big push. Here comes a big push from Galatia and Iceni. And this is it, guys. Do or die. We must hold. And it looks like we decided to fall back. We're going to give it to them because we don't really have a choice. I want my Thracian warriors to live. They have 104 kills. You know, I got my general. I got my archers who still have ammo. Saving my archers. Got 2 of them left with a decent amount of ammo. Saving them for the final stand. Because if they take this, fire down on us, it's going to be disaster. And what's going on over here? Swaby has got their troops in position here. Round shield and sword masters. Looking like they're ready to push. Here they go. Yep, they're coming to push. This is the great push from the attackers. They realize they're starting to run out of time. Hillman counter pushing, counter charging. We also have some thorough spears. Ooh, get hit from the side. I love the sound effect of that. It sounded very genuine. It sounded very real. And this is the epic stand, guys. And the Seleucids are pushing up more thorax swordsmen to try to deal with this. Oh wait, no, he's gonna call it off. I think he's gonna let him take it. Amazing. I don't think he should have done that. I think he should have kept. Yeah, I think that was a mistake there. Falling back like that. I think the reason he's falling back is because he's worried about the other flanks that we're kind of giving up. But you hold back Swaby. This is one choke point. This is one choke point right here. If you fall back, you've got multiple choke points. Oh, nice. Look at this. We got wall artillery. Very nice. Going after Swaby. Maybe that's why he's falling back. That might be it, but I don't think it was worth it. I think he should have just held his ground, kept fighting. And here comes Carthage. Here comes Iceni. My troops are trying to get out of there. My hoplites. Unfortunately, my Thracian warriors got stuck with pathfinding. I'm going to countercharge this general. Or maybe I just saw the general out of position. But I'm going to try to take him out because Thracians, they're good at killing Cav. As long as you can get past the initial charge of Cav, like he wasn't even able to charge me there, really. So he's trying to run through there a little bit. Thracian warriors are at 135. Look at that. Breaking the general. Killing archers now. Go, Thracian warriors, go. So, you know, sometimes attackers, they get a little too confident and they're like, you know what, they're falling back. Let's just rush forward. Oh, wait a second. They got some Thracians here. This is a problem. But I'm now coming over to support my ally who's trying to hold against these naked swords. Trying to go around the flank. Good job with Iceni preventing that little flank there. Naked swords are going to turn around and try to face me. But here's the thing. I think Thracians do a lot of AP attack. Nakeds don't even have AP. So I don't know how well I'm going to do here against these naked swords. But we do kind of have them surrounded between the Thracian mercenary. Oh, where are you going? Wait, my Thracians. And they end up with 206 kills, maybe more. Yep, it's going up a little bit more. Oh, they recover. I always love it when you get a unit that's like mid-tier. They have the potential of getting a lot of kills, but you got to be really careful with them. It's like a high skill thing, and you end up getting a lot of kills. It's really cool. It's like completely, like you got your money's worth. 217 kills. A lot of those kills is quality kills. Now it's in the 20s. 220. Awesome. All right, now we're holding over here, and basically, guys, we're playing the clock. I mean, the balance of power, we can still win this just by killing the enemy. And here's a good flank by the Seleucids. Some hillmen going in. Great push. Well done. 10 out of 10. Swaby is surrounded. Oh, but, oh, it's my Cav. I was like, oh no, Cav's coming in to help. No, my Cav's coming in. I was holding the citizen Cav unit back for the longest time and looking for an opportunity. There it was, kind of. Trying to quickly break these sword masters. There we go. They're breaking with 60 left. That's a really good break for us. I think we also have some Lusitani Cav trying to slow down some Galatia, but yeah, we're playing the clock at this point. Swaby is pretty much out of the game, minus their archers and a unit of spears, which is their general. But I still, like, I looked at their armies. It's just the way they have them set up. Their army's so spread out. I was thinking, we can still win this. We can do this. Got a little stand here from the Thorax swordsmen taking on the Libyan infantry. I got more troops falling back. I got my general going in for a charge because I didn't want him to flank around these Thorax swordsmen. There we go. General breaking these chosen swordsmen. General is at 42 kills, not terrible. There we go. We break him completely. Perfect. Just perfect. So yeah, we're protecting the flank of this sword unit with my Cav. So if they decide to run back, right? Like if they send this unit around the flank, then we can easily charge them. But they're actually going to go for my hoplites here, which is good and bad. This is actually a good move by Iceni now that I'm looking at this, because by having his unit take on my hoplites, I can't get Cav to come in to help, and he can still use this pathway and flank around. So I thought that was a good move by Iceni. But Thorax swordsman still taking on, still trying to hold the best he can, but it looks like this is going to be a, yeah. So even just, you know, losing that access there in the street, you know, not being able to support him, it doesn't matter. They weren't going to hold much longer anyways. I think we were trying to use the road here. I don't know if you can, though. I remember having some pathfinding issues, which is a real shame in this game. Up here, we got archers who are trying to set up. Like we said, they would set up their archers. But they don't have any ammo. So maybe they're just kind of using it as a diversion. Very possible. 11 minutes left in this battle, guys. Can we hold? So there's two ways of winning, right? Just completely beating your opponent, or two, you can hold them out longer than an hour, because we put an hour-long time limit. So we got to try to hold out for that. So we got some levy pikemen from the Seleucids. We're a little worried about these archers. Sure enough, he does have some archers over here, so I'm going to use my archers to just focus them down really quick. And that's certainly what we're doing. These longbows are just getting crushed. Getting them off the battlefield, but there's still a lot more archers where that came from. Well, maybe, because it looks like they're out of ammo. So that's good. That's looking really good. Still, they're just hanging back. Hanging back. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, they are just taking their time over here. This is perfect. The longer they wait, the better for us. A hoplite's going to town over here, trying to hold against Iceni. Yeah, I think he's trying to get his cataphracts to go around the flank here, Seleucids, but it's just, I don't think it's letting him go, unfortunately. So there is a pathfinding issue here. Just a little heads up. Pathfinding issue. Can't run Cav through here. Maybe infantry, but I don't know what's going on. And it looks like Carthage is pretty much out of the game as well. Carthage down to 2 units. We saw one of the units wavering there. It's really going to come down to Galatia and Iceni. And here we go. Galatia's making their push finally with 9 minutes left in this battle. They're making their push. This is where we got to get ready to hold. I've got pikemen ready to go. I've got archers ready to fire at the enemy. Unfortunately, over here, my hoplites, there's a little bit of a gap. Good use of the gap there. I see that. He's going around to kill my hoplites. So I'm going to rush in my general and counterflank Like, how dare you go through? I go through gaps, dang it, not you. So we're gonna quickly crush this unit. My hoplites, they're like, all right, we feel safe again. We're actually, these hoplites are doing pretty good. 73 kills, causing some chosen swordbrand to break. We're actually holding. That's perfect. Iceni is... They're trying to go through this choke point too. This little area, I don't think it's possible. Okay, the Seleucids tried to slow down the Galatians as long as possible. I've got some pikes. Got pikes holding over here. We got some levy pikemen here. I put my archers up here, firing at their general, trying to take him out. I think we only hit a couple of them. So I decided to actually take my archers down from here because they can be flanked with this stairway. I just wanted to put them in a different position because my biggest threat was Galatia. Galatia, man. One of the toughest units or factions in attacking. They're pushing up their infantry. Over here, things are slowing down. My hoplites are they're gonna retreat. Really great stand by the hoplites. Gonna fall back with the pikes of the Seleucids. Oh no, okay, Iceni was able to push through this little gap here. That's not good. That is bad news. And here comes the freaking Swaby with their general. So we don't really have anything to hold over here, so I'm gonna have to fall back. No. Ah, the Seleucids are falling back their pikes. So I'm gonna leave my hoplites here to hold. I think it should have been the opposite. I think the pike should have stayed over here, and I retreat my hoplites. See, that's the only weakness of pikemen, you know, is right here. Watch this. Boom. Hoplites can do a much better job of you know, blocking projectiles. Come on, pikemen. There they go. They're finally getting some kills. And the great epic last stand is underway. There's not much I can do when he throws those javies at me. It's not like I can just fall back and dodge them or something. I just kind of have to sit there and take it. We're moving out our generals, looking for ways of getting some flanking charges. So he might go around and hit the rear, but there's a pretty good move by these spears, Swaby, to fall back just in case the general does go over there. I'm also sending out my citizen cav. My cav can probably do more damage running around the perimeter rather than trying to hold the center. Also have my general over here with 64 kills. Here we go. I've got archers, I've got hoplites. This is my front line. This is what I'm down to. 5 minutes, guys. Can we hold? It's more like in actual battle time. It's like 4 minutes left of the replay, but we'll see. We'll see if we can hold, if they run out of time. It's been a long one, guys. It certainly has. But the longer they sit here, the better I feel about it, you know? And unfortunately, my pikes got destroyed. So that whole tactic, and this is what makes the barbarians so good, man. Their infantry is just so nasty. They can kill you from afar. They can kill you up close. My pikes, they just got destroyed. Is it from the archers? I mean, that can't be all from the javies of the infantry. I think it was. I mean, they've got some archers back here, but they're out of ammo as well. So even with making the enemy use up all their ammo, look at, they still. Now my archers are opening fire on them. I have no choice. I got to do something. Trying to soften up their infantry. This is just an epic stand here. Just using everything we have to try to hold. Unfortunately, my hoplites are starting to break. They can only hold for so long. They fought well. They've got 105 kills, which is really good for hoplites. But they just can't hold on. This is where we got to fall back. We got to close in on this point here. And now I'm getting my general ready. Doing charges. Get out of here, Carthage. Get out of here. Good old charge. Good old charge there. Yep, there we go. He's falling back his pikes. My general, my cav here, he's trying to, see, yeah, he's trying to surround my cav. So I'm going to get them out of there, fall them back to the town center. We got to try to group up. Hey, my pikes came back. My 28 pikes. Hell yeah. There you go, pikemen. Buying some time. Buying some time for the Empire. Doesn't look like he's going to go through this flank here that I have with my pikes, that I'm holding with my pikes, because you can go through here. But I need to fall them back. I'm trying to use up as much of my ammo as possible. It looks like I did use it all up. Not paying attention, obviously, because my pikes are not looking the right way. Finally, they turn around. Why are they not in pike formation? There we go. I think I'm just focused over here because I'm cycle charging with my general and with my citizen cav. Nice little stand here by the Seleucids trying to hold multiple flanks, but it's just not enough. Misaceles, they've got their slingers trying to sling. I'm charging in my cav going after the Galatian general. My general plus some citizen cav going after the Galatians, but these noble horse are so deadly, it's going to be tough. My pikemen are actually doing a decent job of holding off the Galatians, but they need to run up and they need to support the town center. We're starting to run out of time. They're starting to run. The attackers are starting to run out of time. What a struggle. Citizen Cav trying to kill the general, but it's just not going to be enough. My general's trying to kill their general, and unfortunately, my general starts to break. And what I'm going to do now is fight for the town center, because remember, guys, they're almost out of time. I'm going to try to fight for the town center and make it a victory by time. But my unit just can't hold. They saw the defeat of the general. My pikemen, virtually useless in this battle. It's like when you hold back pikemen, you kind of need swordsmen with them. They need a support unit with them. And unfortunately, guys, that is my army. It's all up to the Seleucids with their general. They're going after the Suebi general. So we killed two armies completely. Suebi, pretty much, and Carthage. Iceni was close. Galatia still very strong. But look how close of a battle this was. So close. And unfortunately, there's plenty of time. When I say plenty, I mean there's like a couple minutes left to be able to capture this town center. Props to the Seleucids for trying to hold with their general. Fighting to the bitter end. It's just not going to be enough. And that is going to wrap up this epic siege of Carthage. So, really great fight. Had a lot of fun with this one. But yeah, it was a pretty nasty defeat. It was costly enemy victory, though. So there's that. Let's look at the end results. When I say nasty defeat, I mean like it was just like a bloody battle. So I was actually surprised by my kills. I thought I would get a lot more kills, but I guess if you're looking based on kill ratio, it's not that bad since I had the smallest army. It's based on kill ratio, it's pretty on par with the other armies. But yeah, my hoplites doing pretty well there. Pikes did terrible. My thorax swordsman could have done a little better. My Thracian warriors getting 230. Excellent. Archers doing pretty solid. But yeah, it just wasn't enough. So we had Fight Me as Misacely, Bane as the Seleucids, Ellington as Lusitani, Armored going as Iceni, Senior Boomer going as Suebi, doing a pretty good job. We've got Solo Win Pixie, who did great with Carthage, and Billy Blaze doing really well with Galatia. So really great battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Down to the wire, very long one, so I'll wrap this outro up, which I'm doing a very poor job of. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.